Hello to my YouTubers. Here I am again in my backyard. I'm working on another project. As you can see right here, I have these pallets that I got from work. And I'm actually using these pallets and I'm going to build, if you can see my little area here where my doghouse is at, I'm going to make a little fence to go around it. Kind of like a pen. So, if you look right here, I took one of my bigger pallets and I actually cut it in half. And I am now going to put these up so you can watch. I'm going to nail it together to make what was once one big pallet into now a plank for my fence. So I got some good nails. And basically what I did is I took one big pallet, cut it in half, and put the two pieces together to make the fence. So now I'm just going to try to space these out so they're somewhat even. And try to somewhat get them flat, because it might not be totally straight, but it's going to be better than it was. Now I'm just using these nails here to put it together. And then once I have it all put together, then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to put it where I want it to be in my yard. But it should be enough. Since I plan on getting a small dog, this size fence should be a good size. So now I'm just putting in all the nails so the whole thing holds. It's going to be held up together good. Called recycling. I'm using some old pallets from work and I'm recycling them into a fence for my, as my daughter calls it, it'll be my dog's front yard. So I'm just smacking all these nails in here. Because I tried taking the wood apart to sort of rebuild the fence, but it was kind of hard to do that, so I'm doing it this way instead. Because the nails that they used to put together these pallets were some pretty good nails, so. So that's why, because a big dog would, of course, jump over this, but I'm planning to get a small dog, and it's mostly just so that he sort of knows the area where he's supposed to be. And then I'll do the same thing to the other pallets. Cut them in half and attach them. So, as you see from here, so I'm going to cut. So now we have my little fence here. So this will, of course, going to go in here. So the dogs will have a nice little fence here. But they still got to figure out how I'm going to stand it up and stuff. But that's the main size of the fence, like that. So now I'm going to take these other pieces here. Let me grab my camera so you can see. So I will now take these other pieces of pallet here and I'm going to cut them in half and do the same thing to them. So let's see where I can find a good spot to put down my camera so it'll keep recording while I'm cutting these in half. Let's see. Where can I use as a good base? Let's see, will this work up here in the washing machine? Sort of. A little bit, kind of. So we'll kind of turn the camera right there. See, now I'm going to do the same thing. So we'll move this part of the fence over here. Because once I have the fence all cut, I'm going to have to measure it. It's going to fit right in here and everything. And then figure the other part over there. So now I'm going to do the same to these other two pieces I got and put them together. So here's this one. As you can see from this pallet, I tried taking off the, if you look right here, you see where I tried taking off the wood and I have the nails stuck out. So I can take these nails out, cut the wood in half, and then put it together to make it look like the other one. So first, I got to get these nails out. Man, these are some tough nails. It's true that old saying, tough as nails, because these ones are some pretty tough nails. Oh boy, these are tough nails. Oh boy. If you look, these are some pretty big industrial strength nails, and that's why they're in there so good. Well, yeah, these are definitely pretty high strength nails that they didn't want to be taken apart. So now I'm going to take this, hold it up to my fence to sort of see, to make sure when I cut it in the right spot. Oh well, you can't see this part, sorry. Let me grab my camera and bring it over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Well, you can see a little bit better, but I don't know if you can, here. Let me put you right there. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm taking that one pallet I just pulled apart, and I'm going to measure it with my fence to make sure it's going to be the same size when I cut it. So I got that there. So take my handy dandy pencil, and then I'm going to trace the lines onto this pallet along with the fence. It looks like this part might be a little bit shorter. Yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure how that happened, but I think it looks like it might actually be shorter. Yeah, it is. So instead of that, let me see if this other one over here is the same way. Because I have this other pallet here too, which is the same way. So let's see, is it the same? Yeah, I think it is. So, in that case, I gotta figure something else out, because I might actually use this piece. I might use this smaller piece for the side over there, and it'll look a little different than this other part of the fence. Because that'll be the main part of the fence, and that'll probably be on the side. And I just got to figure out some kind of stakes or something, some way to get it into the ground. Which I might use some of those old broken pieces for over there. Because it's not going to be like, because it can't be like a permanent structure since I don't like live here permanently. I just rent the place. So I got to figure it out. So as you can see, here's the one part of my fence. So as you can see here, let me fix the camera. There. See, that's the fence. That's what it looks like. The one pallet, I cut it in half and put it together like that. But this was a bigger pallet, so I don't know if the same way would work for these other two smaller pallets. It might work for that other one over there when I cut it and put it together. So I'm going to work with that one first, and then I'll go back to this little one and figure out what I'm going to do with the little one. So let me set this down over here, and you guys can sort of watch while I cut this other pallet into pieces. And let's see here. We'll put it right over here. Kind of set it up here so you guys can sort of watch. Because I'm going to cut this one in half like I did the other ones, and hopefully it'll come out looking right. Because these woods should be the same height. So when I cut it in half, it should hopefully work right. We'll see. So let me take my little handy dandy ruler. And I'm going to do like I did on the other one. Whoops. Yeah, this wood is definitely smaller than the other ones. So, in that case, I think I am going to have to figure something out here. Because these are smaller than that over there. So it's not going to flip right. But what I think I actually will do is I'll still divide in half like that one. And then just have two different sizes of fence. So, let me figure this out. So, because what I did on that one is I take this ruler here, figure out where the end of this ruler is at. Which is about there. And then I do it the same from over here. I know this isn't like the best science the way I'm doing it, but it works. Then take it right here. And then basically from there, I now figure out the center point between the two. So, looks like it's about 12 and a half. So here's the 6. So probably right about there would be the center point. So then that's where I'm going to want to cut it at then. So I'm going to want to cut it there. And then. So that's where I'm going to want to cut it. And then I'm going to cut it and put it together, and hopefully it'll look similar to that, even though it's going to be a little bit smaller. So I'll have to figure out where I'm going to put it together. But here we go, I'm going to cut it now. So. Okay, so now I did that, and now when I do this part, where I take it and put them together, and yeah, they're definitely going to be, this part is definitely going to be smaller, and so it's definitely be about a half size of that one, but I'm still going to make it work, so I'm going to attach to the other one, and then figure out how I'm doing it from there. It's kind of a makeshift little pen, so here, we'll move this over here. So you guys can now watch me as I'm putting it together. So I got my hammer, my nails, put it together, and then I got to figure out how exactly this is going to work. So it's not a perfect science, because especially since these pallets are different sizes, but it'll work. So kind of do it like that. And then here we go. So yeah, I'm gonna do this, and then figure out where I'm gonna put these two different pieces. Figure out how I'm gonna put them in the wall or in the ground. And then connect them and all that good stuff. Okay. As you can see, I got them together now. I just got to now figure out how to put them all together, because we got the two different sizes of the fence. So yeah, the fences are two different sizes. So I gotta figure where this, which way. I'll probably have the smaller end down there and then the other side over here. So let me figure this out right now. We will take that from one. We'll probably take this bigger end. We're gonna have it something like here. And then the smaller end we'll put down here. And then we'll have the bigger end will be over there and the smaller end will be over here. So we got that there. I just gotta make sure I get it the right way I want it. The frame is going to be like that. Will be my fence. So I can now be sure that where did I put my pencil? My pencil is where? I gotta find my pencil so I can mark where this is going. For a good perfect. So this gets put together right. Because I want it the width of these two poles right here. That's how I want it. Because this is pretty much how it's going to be. Right there, so. I'm going to mark that so that when I lay it down on the ground, I'll know exactly where to lay it when I hammer it together. Whoops. And that pallet just fell. That's okay. It's all still in progress. So. And now it's going to get it lined up right. Now does it seem to be? Because I want the ends to sort of somewhat be flat, so let me figure this out here. I might have to cut one of these other woods on here, make sure it goes on right. To get it to go right. Because it should be like that about there. So if I can do that right, that should be where it goes. So let me see, how long is our video? How long have we been on here? Well, I've been on here for about 19 minutes, so that's probably about long enough. And then maybe later I'll come back on here once everything's all finished, and I'll show you what it looks like. But I hope you've seen it, a little bit of how to reuse, basically recycle something like a pallet, and I'm making it to a fence to go around my dog pen. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Send me any comments you like, and I'll see you guys next time. Remember, subscribe to my channel.